Hello everyone, I am Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Darkness over Daggerford. Last episode, I believe we finished going through and exploring this place. While there were one or two things we couldn't quite get, we still managed to kill quite a few of the Zentarim around here. And now we need to go down into the mines. Also, I apologize for how I sound, I've been a bit sick lately. But I gotta get the videos recorded. So, let's head on in.
Slaves! They're making these people toil as slaves in this mine. Slavers deserve nothing better than death.
Uh-huh.
What? Yeah! Hello!
Well, we have seen them deal with slaves before. Wow. The fact that there's just slave corpses sitting on the ground around here.
You should.
Oh, there's more. There are. Right, that's those dealt with. There is going to be quite a few more, I imagine. Again, I'm sorry about my voice.
Granda Retsotnerd was once taken prisoner by a group of Moon Sea slavers who put him to work in an iron mine. But after a month, Granda decided he'd had enough. Using bits of iron and a large number of cogs he'd collected from the foundry scrap heap bordering their slave pen outside, along with a big ball of twine he'd acquired, he built the Digger.
Okay, sure, why not?
The end is near! The end is near!
Cleric, we'll deal with you in a minute. Now we'll deal with you. And you're dealt with. Yeah, Vetri, you aren't gonna need to do many of your spells. Nothing down here. Unless there's something right at the end that I need to walk up to see? No, there is not. Alright, down the other path then. Oh, Griffin mercenaries. Alright, there's another dead end over here, but maybe there'll be something useful around here. The answer is no.
What? Hello?
Yeah, they're still looking for that crown. Not much to this place, is there?
Oh, right, the Digger. Granda built it in just one night and showed it to the slavers the next morning. Told them it would increase production tenfold. To them, it was a great joke, so humoring him, they brought just him and his contraption into the mine for a demonstration. The entire contingent of slavers were there, not wanting to miss the funny show.
To dust!
Really now? More Zents. I'll get that wizard in a minute. There we go, got him. Excuse me. You? Yes. Nothing over there.
I am. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the demonstration. True to his word, the digger dug phenomenally well. But Granda had wound up the cog mechanism so that it kept digging faster and faster. With all eyes glued to the scene, he easily slipped out of the mine. As the digger went out of control and pounded the cave walls and support beams, the whole mine quickly collapsed atop the slavers. And Granda Retsotnerd led all the slaves to freedom. He never went back to the Moon Sea again, though I can't say I blame him.
I guess that's the way to do it. Well done. Thank you for the story. Ah.
What? How did you get in here?
I walked. And none of the doors were locked.
It matters not. I shall deal with you myself. Have you met my griffins? Or should I call them Zentarum?
Ah.
You have the unfortunate habit of remaining alive. That is a habit which I am about to break.
Well, you can certainly try.
Let me wipe that grin off your face.
Captain Dratharian. Ah, of course. So what are you doing way out here, huh? And down they all go. Well, you tried. Orb of Devil Containment. And a Ring of Magic Defenses. And Dratharian's Key. Strange wisps of pale gray smoke, like the thick fog that hugs a graveyard at night, swirl menacingly inside this large glass orb. The orb is affixed to its heavy silver base by its 5 slender claws. The tip of each claw is carved to resemble a cloven hoof. Once a devil, such as a Patezu, has been weakened by the loss of at least half of its maximum hit points, it can be trapped inside an orb of devil containment. Once trapped, the unfortunate devil cannot free itself until the orb is broken. Each orb of devil containment can trap only a single devil. Only bards, sorcerers, and wizards can use it, and I am none of those. But what is this? Spellcraft, spell resistance, and dispel magic. I mean, the spell resistance would be pretty good. Excuse me. Honestly, I'd rather have it than this. I can give this to Reagan, I guess. Herfin, you've already got rings. You've also already got rings. Okay. Well, let's go through this place, see what we can find. +6 healer's kit. And a Zentarum altar. Glowing arcane symbols of power float in the air above the smooth ebony surface of this magical altar. A little concerning, but okay. Torture chamber. We found Lady Bronwyn and Duke Greatshout.
I bid you hello.
As you approach the prisoners, you cannot fail to appreciate a nobility about them that shines through, despite their wretched and tortured conditions. It appears that you have finally found the rightful rulers of Daggerford, Duke Greatshout and his sister, Lady Bronwyn.
At last, a rescuer! Oh, blessed be! I think I do not need to express how keenly we have hoped for this.
Lady Bronwyn, I presume. My lady, my lord.
That is correct.
I would have had it that we met in more convivial surroundings, but time and circumstances are most unfortunately not in our favor.
The Duke's lips are cracked and caked with dried blood, his voice a croak rather than a resolute roar. As it would I, my lord, but I am thankful just to find you alive.
I did not believe the Zentarum would kill us. At least not yet. They needed to be sure that their plans could not fail. Until then, my sister and I were rather too valuable to be slain. Unlike some of the other poor innocents who have been callously murdered here.
Despite his fragile state, the Duke's eyes burn passionately as he talks of the fallen.
There, my brother. Be careful now. You are still weak. Save your strength, and let me tell our aspirant rescuer here what we have learned during our incarceration.
You are right as always, Bronwyn. You must excuse me. I am not able to be as ebullient as I might wish.
The Duke's feeble frame continues to tremble following his coughing fit. That is quite understandable, sir. Please, tell me what vile plot was being hatched here.
Dragonspear Castle has fallen into evil once more. An army has been marched into the Daggerford region in secret. Normally, the town's fortifications would provide significant defense against such a threat, but the enemy has learned our great weakness while here in the mines. The existence of a secret tunnel dug by dwarven stonemasons during the construction of Daggerford Castle.
Where is this army located?
Exactly where, we do not know. Please, remember, we know only what I discovered before I was brought here, and what we have gleaned from the guards here. Fortunately for us, Drotharian was somewhat given to gloating.
Surely this tunnel is not large enough that an entire army could move through it and take the town.
No, it is not. But then, it is not necessary to bring the entire army in this way. A small group of elite orcs will penetrate the town defenses and secure the main gate, allowing the main body of the force to enter that way. The Daggerford militia are no match for this army, and the town will be theirs.
If I could get to this tunnel, I could also enter the town in secret, right?
The orcs will almost certainly have collapsed the tunnel behind them. Regardless, there is another way. A better way to enter the town again. Once the orcs took the town, they would discover their true role, that of Zentarum pawns. The Zentarum would never allow an army of orcs to rampage through Daggerford, destroying everything in their path. It is far too valuable for that.
Yes, I had wondered about that.
The Zentarum have invested an incredible amount of time and effort into their plan. And Matagar Bugo's slow rise to power is indicative of the value they place on Daggerford. They wish it to be their bridgehead into the whole of the Sword Coast. Maybe even one day into Waterdeep itself.
You see what we are up against here. The levels of treachery and duplicity are quite frightening to behold.
Yes, they are.
Once the orcs had taken the town, Rotharian was to lead his griffins in as a rescue force, wresting the town back and saving its populace into the bargain. With the town saved and certain disaster avoided, Hugo and Rotharian would have the full backing of the council and people. At this point, of course, Bronwyn and I are no longer involved.
It is not fair to think about, but I swear I would never have fallen easily. I would have taken as many of them with me as I could.
My sister, she's quite the hellion when the mood takes her. All this is very well, of course, except for one thing.
Which is?
You have just wiped out the majority of the rescue force. There is no Griffin army to wrest back the town.
Then I must head to Daggerford at once and prevent a disaster.
Yes. My sister, too weak to defeat the Orcish forces, but you could do this. There is, however, one more factor to consider. That of Gorgomor's fee.
Ah, yes, the good old family nemesis.
Gorgomor's is something of a nemesis to the family. Just over a century ago, he was banished to Baitor by our great-grandfather. Gorgomor swore revenge on Daggerford. and in particular, the great Shout family descendants, which is, of course, us.
I discovered this orb carried by Dretharian. I'm guessing it was meant to defeat Gorgamors then.
Yes, that is correct. The Zentarum plan to imprison Gorgamors within the orb once he had taken Daggerford. Be warned, however, that orbs of this kind are not all-powerful. The devil must be injured in order for it to function reliably.
Dretharian and his soldiers have been using a portal that connects to the cellar of Daggerford Castle. They have been able to move supplies and troops in almost total secrecy. And it will be the perfect route for you back into Daggerford. The portal is activated by grasping the device atop the Zent's altar outside and speaking a password, Black Bones. Once the portal is active, you merely need to step through it to reach the castle basement. Here, take my signet ring. You may need it as proof for speaking on our behalf.
Good luck to you both. I hope to see you in Daggerford soon.
Good luck. Your bravery will be rewarded. That I promise.
Thank you. The stocks. The body of a deceased royal bodyguard is decomposing slowly in the stocks. Unfortunately, I won't be able to use the Orb of Devil Containment. Only a bard, sorcerer, or wizard can. Oh, I didn't realize I missed looting this. Alright, let's free all the slaves. Only seems right.
Hello.
I have a feeling we can't do anything with this blocked mine entrance. Nope.
Seems I can't.
Then we go to the Zentarum altar. Let me drop a save first. Alright, so say Black Bones. And there's the portal. Ah, 'tis high time for you to be leaving me, friend. You must return to Daggerford, but I must remain here in Ilfarn to help me uncle take care of the Duke and Lady, as well as the other slaves. When you're back in Daggerford, go see my pa and let him know I'm alright. I'll tell Derval that you are a true hero. My beard and blood, you'll be the true hero here of Ilfarn, friend. Vadi's rugged face blushes, turning a shade almost as red as her fiery hair. With a burst of arcane energy, the mystic portal flares and the light fades to dark. Of course it's the dungeon.
It seems I can't.
Cannot rest when there are enemies nearby. I should have rested before we headed in.
Ah, finally out of that death trap of a mine. Oh, we return to Daggerford once again. Come, let us hunt Orc.
Indeed. I'm just gonna drink this to heal up a little bit.
Phew. Still in one piece. I have to admit, entering that magical Zentarum portal had me somewhat, apprehensive.
Of course.
Perish
Tanarooks. So the orcs have made it in.
Taste steel, villainous wretch.
Okay. So we will take a rest right here. Now that we've killed those two guards. Now let's get up there.
Taste of my wrath!
Dead militia and dead Tanarook. They really have claimed everything. Banqueting hall, throne room, and exit to Daggerford. Ooh. Don't need a trap.
This was a merciless attack by these Tanarooks. I am saddened that we were too late to prevent it.
We'll do what we can. Kill as many of these Tanarooks as we can. There goes those two.
Tanarooks everywhere. We shall slay as many of these intruders as we can.
As I just said. Here's some more. +2 half plate. Oh, crap. I should have realized there were militia in there. Well, that sucks. Half plate +2 and full plate +1. They are exactly the same for me. Well, here's the banquet hall cleared out. We should have moved faster.
Perish as you should.
Here, we can help these militia. There you go. We at least saved a couple of the militia. Wand of the Heavens. You can actually use that. Neat. Not that I intend to.
Well met.
It was a tough fight, but we held our own. You did well. At least we managed to save some of the militia. Potion of Lore.
Right, I can do that.
Appreciated.
There you go.
+3 chain shirt. Nice.
It seems I can't.
Okay, I can't bash that door down. Interesting. Alright. Well, we've made it to the main hall. Perfpin, what are you wearing? Actually, Reagan. You know, gain a +1 to concentration and discipline and a +2 to fear. I think this half plate +2 would be better for you. Just a little bit. The Wand of the Heavens would be potentially useful, although I wouldn't actually be using it. Alright, well. Tell you what, we're about to go back into the city, and I think we're close to endgame. So, next episode, yes, I'm ending this shorter, but next episode we'll charge into the city and clear out as many of these Tanarooks and orcs as we can, before we eventually, likely, find the demon. Till then, I am Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Jareth Loreni, Reagan, and Perfpin. This has been a Let's Play of Neverwinter Nights, Darkness over Daggerford, and I shall see you all next time.